I'm here today to do my February book haul, and I've actually decided to split it up into two parts because I have so many books to show you. This part will contain all of the classics. The first classic I have to show you is also the biggest one, and that is Ulysses by James Joyce in this beautiful blue edition. This is a Danish translation and it's about, let me see, it's about 750 pages. I was in a Danish bookstore and I was thinking about the specific book. I was thinking, if I can find it, then it's coming home with me. And I was scanning the shelves, I couldn't find it, so I was like, okay, I have to wait. But then I turned around and it was standing on a table right in front of me, so of course I had to get it. I'm quite intimidated, but at the same time, this edition makes me want to read it very much, so I'm happy about it. Next is The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. And I've never read anything by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I have actually read half of this a year ago, but that's it. I never got around to finish the book. So I decided to actually get it, especially because this spring I'm going to a party which is themed The Great Gatsby, and I wanted to know what it was all about, so I bought the book. I have already read this and I absolutely loved it, so I will get more into that in my February wrap-up. Next is two books from the English Penguin Library Edition collection, and that is first North and South by Elizabeth Gaskell, a very beautiful edition. I think it's a love story, and that's basically all I know. And the second one is Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad, which is extremely thin. It's only about 100 pages. I heard about this book the first time at my years in university. One of my co-students told me that she never really read books, which is quite surprising, I think. But in her lifetime she had read about maybe 10 or 20 books, and those books she kept rereading every year, or at least every now and then, and this is one of those books. So since then I have been interested to actually read it myself and see what it's like, and it's also extremely pretty. I also have Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky. I have never read this. I owned a copy of it some years ago, but somehow I have gotten rid of it. I don't know why. So I had to get a new copy, and I'm excited to actually read it. Then we have Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, which I've already read and also absolutely loved. This is a Victorian story set in England in the 1950s. I think it's about a heroine who meets a man whose wife, Rebecca, recently passed away, and it turns out that after this heroine meets this man and marries him, things start happening because there are some secrets involved in his life. And that's all I'm going to say. It's very entertaining and I really like the dark mood of this book. Next is The Master and Margarita by Mikhail Bulgakov, I think. It's not the prettiest edition, I think, but it was the only edition in the shop and I wanted to get it, so I did. I have heard so many people praise this book. They say it's one of their favorites, even though it is quite strange. So I had to get it, and I have already read it, and I will get more into it in my February wrap-up. But let's just say right now that it is quite strange, but it's also very, very unique and interesting. Then we have this red edition of Catch 22 by Joseph Heller, another classic that is part of the BBC Top 100 book list, which I'm currently trying to complete. And I wanted to get this one in a physical copy because I've heard excellent things about it and I really like this edition. And then I have a used book which one of my friends gave me as a gift, so it was free and I'm happy about it, and that is The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain, a classic which I've actually never read and I need to, so I'm very happy that I got this one. I'm sure you know what this book is about. I actually don't really know. I think it's kind of a coming of age story, but I might be wrong, I don't know. And now we have made it to the most beautiful books in my book haul this time, and that is the Penguin Clockbound Classics, because I am slowly collecting them and I got me 4 more of those this month. The first one is Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. It's absolutely stunning. I think this is one of my favorite books of the collection so far. I've never read this and I need to. This is about a man who suddenly becomes very wealthy, and it's about how that changes his life. I also have another book by Charles Dickens, and that is Bleak House, in this beautiful and gorgeous red edition. I really love this color. I don't know why. I just do. It looks pretty on the shelves. I don't know anything about this book. I got it because it's part of the BBC list that I was talking about just earlier, and I really wanted this edition on my shelves, so that's why I got it. Then we have The Woman in White by Wilkie Collins, and this is also very gorgeous. Apparently this is a great classic, and I actually hadn't heard about it until very recently. I read the book called The 13th Tale by Diane Setterfield, and in that book this classic is mentioned a lot, like one of the biggest classics. So since then I've been curious to read it for myself and see what it's all about. I think this one follows multiple point of views, so yeah. And the very last classic I have to show you in this haul is this one, The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas. I really love this edition. It has red masks on it and it's pretty huge. I have already looked it up. It's about 1250 pages. So this is going to take me some time to get through, but nevertheless I am very excited to finally own this and see what it's all about, because people keep saying that this is a masterpiece and you have to read it. And that's all of my classics in my February book haul. I will be back again very soon with the second part of my haul. Until then, have a great day and happy reading, everyone. Bye bye.